are immense blessings for Allah to dress them in the subject of energy. And these articles are now coming out that we talked, because they're moving towards energy understandings. So when they're studying this voltage, they're understanding that there are in Allah's creation animals that have a very strong energy field. And I think the example between a toad and a salamander, and they didn't understand why certain creatures, if you cut their leg off and their tail, immediately the energy of that creature becomes so significantly powerful that it grows its tail back and it grows its arm back. So we know in energy healing, as soon as you have a wound, so as soon as you hurt yourself, you meditate and become more subtle and meditate, move your hand slowly across somebody who says they are hurting. You feel a warmth, a heat, because the body has to send an energy to make the person to heal, because we're an energy plant, we're an energy being. When there's a damage, the body will immediately send the energy to that region to begin to replenish, like a little factory of neuro things coming in and replenishing that area to heal it. So they found in animals now, this was now in January they're coming into their understanding, that why certain animals in this creation have a strong energy field. They cut the tail, the arm, and they observe it and it starts to grow back over a period of time. And they saw that when the injury took place the energy dropped, but immediately that creature and its God-given gift, immediately their energy spiked. So it began to radiate a strong power within itself, like its zikr, its meditation, and based on the energy vibration and the energy output of the salamander, its limbs were growing back. They're astonished, okay, so this creature, his energy goes down like everyone else but immediately begins to produce an energy. So I think Harvard is looking into it and they call it the toad and salamander experiment. Then the same scientist said, well, the toad doesn't have the ability for that energy. Can we introduce an outside current to that creature, and based on the current and a therapy of the current onto that, the toad began to develop an energy onto that leg. Means it was starting a growth pattern within its cellular level because of the stimulation of energy, it was actually starting to grow its leg back. And that's a frog that doesn't do that. Means they're understanding that energy is what is making us vibrate. Energy is something within ourselves Allah has given to us, something very free. It's our own energy. So those who meditate, when they have a sickness and their meditations become strong and good, they're not only asking from themselves to be healed, but they're asking through the madad that, can you send an extra energy onto me. They focus on where their wound and where their difficulty is, and that energy begin to flow to them. So they become like a salamander in which their energy becomes so significant and their vibration becomes so significant they can begin their own internal healing process. And they know this from Eastern culture, where people have broken bones. In Indonesia there are spiritual healers where they have broken bones and broken difficulties, and they go to these spiritual healers that teach them, and they also implement begin a source of energy upon them. And as a result of the energy healings that they keep going, the bone and the damages are healed. And it's not instant but it's over a period of time, that because it's already going to heal, when they begin to focus energy onto that region, the healing is much faster and much more secure. Means that the tissue damage, the bone damage, all of it is revitalized by energy and nur. So this was an ancient understanding before the advent of modern medicine, when people became less reliant on themselves and more reliant upon pills and other sort of medicines. As a result of that reliance they gave up on themselves. So because of these days that we're entering, when Allah's sending these understandings, sending these practices, it's advisable continue your medicine no doubt, but at the same time that the practice of meditation and then do your practices, make your connection. And for those who are feeling a sickness and a weakness somewhere, for example, they would in their meditation they would focus on that region, send the light into that region, and ask also for the madad of the outward source that Sayyidi, dress your light and focus that light upon me and provide a healing. So this is a very real process. So when the shaykhs are in difficulty from different sicknesses, then they make their connection with their shaykhs all the way up to the presence of Prophet for the nazar. And for that nazar and that energy that's needed to send that light for a healing and to push away any type of immense difficulty that trying to sort of infiltrate their being. So they live and die by that understanding. So these are again the benefits of this energy teachings, energy practices, and the ability to heal oneself through these understandings, and at least to speed up recovery. So there's nothing miraculous because the energy and the voltage is there, but what they're finding is the stimulation of energies stimulates the whole growth pattern and the recovery pattern and the recovery process. So meditation becomes essential, and especially this type of spiritual meditation, that we're not connecting just the cosmos but we're actually asking for a direct reflection from the shaykhs and from the heart of Prophet. So it's bringing a directed laser right onto the individual and into their being. So it has immense blessings, immense understandings and immense openings now coming back upon the earth, inshaAllah.